Maximus Analysis here for October 19th, 2016, and we could see that nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. They got to the 1239 mark again with a little bit of highs. So let's try to see if we get a count here for a five-way pattern. Let me see. Let me try that again. Again, this is the ES on the 130-minute chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now let's just make a better wedge pattern here so that you guys can kind of see what I'm looking at. Again, just boom, boom. So it's gone nowhere. And it's gone nowhere fast. So I just want to make sure we can look and see. This is from September 9th. That's how bad it's been. It's just constantly been terrible. So we'll continue to watch here, again using the daily time frame and the weekly time frame to make sure that we're looking at things properly. So right now they are very low volume, so in any break below this 220 226 area on the daily, weekly we're going into Thursday and they really haven't done much. So my bias is to the downside just a little bit more. But again, we'll look to see where this thing goes, because again, they have not even broken above this 2042 level. Again, tomorrow should be a lot of stuff with the ECB. I don't know, it's just like their Central Bank of Europe. Again, I try my best not to go too far into it. But again, I see some stuff that underlining we're like, all right, what the hell is going on? So let's do the same thing with the NQ up minuscule. Again, you can see I will go to the 130 and you can see that again they're still holding these levels, but we want to make sure we're looking at things properly. And let's see kind of going into the fib of where we live in space. So let's say we have this. We dinged ourselves a little bit, you know, we flush down 50% mark, flushes down again, 6.18 flushes down again to 50, and now it's just hovering again. Again, these aren't exact, so again they will pop up a little bit, but again it's been holding. I believe this is the 200-day moving average. It's just been a horrible type of price movement, and I'm wondering what is holding this thing up. And I think we'll see tomorrow if either we're going to run to the upside or not. Now let's go to the daily time frame so that we can still see that again they have some high beta names, but you're starting to still get a lot of indecision candles. So small bodies barely moving. Again, the type of action that is really, you know, this is choppy, up, down, follow through. Again, you get the higher lows, but then you get the flush. And we'll continue to watch here. Again, we know what our deal is in regards to the YM on the daily time frame. You can see pretty much the same type of deal if we go to the 130-minute. Again, back it out a little bit, and you can see that again they are coming down, flushing, tapping this level again and rolling, which is like we saw it yesterday, and it came again and tapped it again. So again, it's just like either they're going to flush it or what? Again, a break below the 18,000, 18,900 area, we will continue to watch because that is a significant level based on our weekly time frame. So again, if you've been watching the videos, you know what this is. This has been the midpoint that we had for 2015. I mean, this is the beginning, and now we're at the latter part of 2016, still at these levels. Annoying. Crude again came to our level and rolled a little bit. Again, I feel that we are overextended, so let's look at how many bars we have counted here in a row on the weekly time frame. Okay, so we have our bar count quickly. We're about 4 to 5 weeks up in a row. Volume starting to taper even after we have, you know, again, I think that you just have your target, but you don't start here. And I'll show you why. On the daily time frame, you can see that they rolled a little bit going into this, into the close. So I'll show you right now. I'm going to use a let me use a 130 to keep it consistent. And we see that we had the 5163 area, and they just, again, they didn't break things that bad. But again, I did show you about the pattern that we have, and again, I'll do it one more time. You have the Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is our fifth wave here. Okay, and you can see the fifth wave was actually on very, very light volume. So I just think that they're finished again, and once they break below 50, you're going to see a lot of things ramp up. So again, I could show you why, again, on all time frames, why this is not a buy right now. Again, the buy was at a break of 46.12. I mean, excuse me, 46.47, which we would have taken based on the weekly time frame. It was a break above this previous week high that held the trend line. I did not get into that one. I got into this, but I did not get into this because I wanted to retrace here. So again, these things happen. That's why it's called trading, not money harvesting. So we'll continue to watch how things are going. Again, gold is moving up beautifully. Beautiful. We had these support levels, and it held very well, and now it's bouncing. So again, you could lock in. You could go break even depending on what you got. Again, I know some people use GDX. So again, you got some really good profits. There are these lows, and I'll actually match those up. But again, it was the capitulation holding a 200-day moving average, but making sure that you understand why on the weekly time frame. You could see that it got above and then retested, didn't make a lower high, and was so nice in regards to just risk. So if you waited even for the buyer's bar here, you still got a really, really good. Hopefully we could really close strong, and they will definitely come back to this 28,230 level. I will put this on the newsletter for this week. Dollar holla is continuing to show some weakening volume. So again, I did have a gentleman, like I said before, to him lock in some profits. It got to pretty much a place that you should be taking profits off, not adding or starting a position unless you're willing to put your stop below here. We got to make sure we clarify these things. Excuse me. We had British pound giving a little bit of bounce. This is the weekly time frame. So again, you see they still got a lot more work to do. You got the yen pretty much holding so far, but again, we'll see if they recapture these areas and watch it, because it's still bullish in my opinion right here, right now. You have the euro, which again is just still kind of just really sideways. Again, you can see where the trend is, and it has given some higher lows. Again, we can do this, and oops, let me not use that. Let me use the ray. You can see right here that we continue to have these highs. They broke below it, but I would want to see them get below this area before I get extensively bearish per se. But they're looking. It's, you have these lower highs in place, so you can see based on the pattern, it's indecision, and they need to get back above this quickly, or things can go haywire. Copper is continuing to go lower, which we've added on the newsletter. So again, a sell signal on the weekly. You should be covering profits, at least taking off some contracts and rolling your stop. If you have a couple contracts, sometimes what I do is I go 1-to-1 and I roll my stop in half, take off one, so basically it's break even, but I give myself some room so that I don't get stopped out when they kind of flick it back up. So just keep those things in mind. And natural gas, last one is that, again, I would say wait for the price to get, this is not a place where I would enter long. So again, we can watch it. Here was actually the very, very great trade. So we'll continue to watch and see what fireworks will happen in the morning and continue into the evening. But they have completely frozen these markets, and don't let them lull you to sleep. Make sure you get into positions that are correct. Make sure that you manage your risk and go accordingly. Take care.